Florida has had many problems within its state, and most don't even know about it. The pollution going into the ocean has killed millions of sea life, and we're the cause of that. The cause would be the production of fertilizers and phosphorus mining used in fertilizers. Production is still happening right now at some of these facilities. However, many have shut down because of the leading problem. Currently, what is happening is mostly in Central Florida. Just a month ago, a sinkhole in Florida, the Mosaic sinkhole to be specific, opened up in the Pawnee Point fertilizer plant that was opened in the 1960s. Here's a picture of that sinkhole, and I'll get on with more of that here in a minute, but this happened in a gypsum stack. For 50 years, this has been a controversial topic to have opened up this plant. One group, actually, of people got this plant shut down, but now it has caused severe environmental problems like the sinkhole. This plant is probably in the worst place for Florida. It's near Tampa Bay and Bishop's Harbor, where there are endless opportunities for recreation. And of course, for recreation, that comes fishing and boating. And being in the water, you can see is a whole bunch of dead fish. And no one's gonna wanna go swim and enjoy their time at the beaches. Around 1970, pollution started to flow out towards the ocean. Years later, two acid clouds formed, and in 2001, the corporation that ran these plants went bankrupt, thus the plant shutting down and letting their problems run wild. According to Mosaic, the ones pumping the contaminated water out of the sinkhole tell us that none of the water left the property. They informed us that they pumped water into their own wells. Well, as you can see with everything in the ocean, they definitely did not pump all the water into the wells, because it definitely got into the ocean. As a result was the red tide being supercharged. Red tide is a natural algae bloom not affiliated with contaminants from something like fertilizer. However, like I said, it got supercharged, and that made problems a lot worse. Phosphate mining is the most dangerous thing in the planet. The byproducts are too radioactive to be buried, so they build these giant stacks called gypsum stacks. Oh, and before I get to the gypsum stacks, here is Florida, and as you can see, most of the stuff happening was in Central Florida, near Lake Okeechobee, and like I said, Tampa Bay and Bishop's Harbor. Next slide. Here are the gypsum stacks. They are essentially giant lagoons to hold highly toxic radioactive water. One point to add to the controversy is that Mosaic kept the sinkhole that happened in one of these gypsum stacks a secret for 3 weeks before releasing it to the public. This isn't the only sinkhole that has opened in one of these lagoons either. Back in 2004 and 1997, there were a couple sinkholes that opened up in the same gypsum stacks. The one in 1997 dumped over 50 million gallons of toxic water into the Alafia River. In the past years, Mosaic has become the leading producer of fertilizer in the world, yet they still can't solve their own problem with all this toxic wastewater that has gone into the bodies of water. This company is in it just for the money, so I guess we'll keep killing millions of marine life around Florida. Floridians have been suffering from this time as well, with toxic drinking water and getting injured from being in the ocean. People have gotten sick just from swimming in the ocean. They've also had people get severe pink eye as well as other respiratory illnesses and other problems. So this is the gypsum stacks from the air, and as you can see, they take up a lot of space in Florida, just holding a whole bunch of radioactive wastewater. And if you go to the next slide, you can see how tall they are, and they truly ruin Florida's landscape. One other problem that has been happening with these gypsum stacks is with the dams that hold water in. One was about to crack and burst open, so another incident that just recently happened in the past couple of years was they had to release a whole bunch of the water out of the dam in order to save the dam, which then caused another supercharged bloom of the red tide, and that, of course, killed millions more of sea life around Florida. Humans have survived thousands of years without phosphorus fertilizer, so I'm sure we can make it thousands of more years without it. The agriculture industry feeds the idea of needing more phosphorus, but with our technology and advancements in agriculture, I'm sure we can find a replacement by using some other fertilizers or using our brains to figure something else out. Florida is special to the United States for so many reasons. So if you want it to be around for your future kids and their kids and so on, I suggest we try solving this and fast. Everything I've informed y'all on today is something everyone should act on. Thank you.